Why toxic people panic? When you stop reacting. Have you ever noticed how certain people become uncomfortable when you stop arguing, explaining, or defending yourself? They were comfortable when they could control your emotions. They expected a reaction. They expected you to chase, prove, and respond. But the moment you become calm, something changes. Psychology shows that toxic behavior often depends on emotional reactions. When you stop giving the reaction they want, their sense of control begins to disappear. Here are 7 psychological reasons why toxic people panic when you stop reacting. 1. They lose their emotional control over you. Toxic people often feel powerful when they can influence your mood. Your anger, frustration, or need to explain yourself becomes proof that they still affect you. But when you stay calm, they lose that advantage. Your silence sends a message. I am no longer controlled by your behavior. And that can be deeply uncomfortable for someone who depends on emotional reactions. 2. They can no longer predict your behavior. Toxic people often rely on patterns. They know what makes you angry. They know what makes you defend yourself. They know what buttons to push. But when you stop reacting the same way, their old strategies stop working. Your calmness creates uncertainty, and uncertainty removes their feeling of control. 3. They feel ignored when you stop giving attention. Some people create conflict because attention itself feels like power. Even negative attention can make them feel important. Arguments, drama, emotional conversations. These reactions keep the connection alive. When you stop participating, they lose the attention they were seeking. 4. They start revealing their true behavior. When manipulation stops working, people often reveal more of themselves. They may become more impatient. They may increase their pressure. They may try different ways to get a reaction. This happens because their usual methods are no longer producing results. Your calm response exposes their intentions. 5. They mistake your silence for weakness until they realize it isn't toxic. People sometimes believe that a quiet person is easy to control. They confuse patience with weakness. But emotional control is a form of strength. A person who can manage their emotions is harder to manipulate. Your silence is not surrender, it is self-control. 6. They notice your confidence has changed. The biggest change is often inside you. When you stop reacting, you stop giving your power away. You become less dependent on their approval. You focus more on your own peace. And people notice when someone no longer needs their validation. 7. They realize they no longer have the same access to you. The strongest message you can send is not always words. Sometimes it is a change in your behavior. When you stop arguing, when you stop explaining, when you stop chasing. People who depended on your emotional energy feel the difference. Remember, not every situation requires a response. Not every person deserves access to your emotions. Your peace is valuable. The moment you stop reacting to toxic behavior, you take back control of yourself. And sometimes the most powerful response is the one you choose not to give. If you enjoyed this psychology insight, subscribe for more videos about human behavior, emotional intelligence, and self-respect.